Hey you guys, welcome back. Sorry it's a little bit dark today, but it is overcast, but I don't give a damn. We're just gonna do the video. So as you can see by the title, it is an empties, first empties of the year. What is up? Super exciting, kind of, maybe, I don't know, but yeah. So I am sorry this empties is quite late. Hopefully most of you guys knew I was actually away for the whole month of February and the first week of March because I was visiting Logan in Florida. So I just got back, it's been a few days, and I was like, I really need to film this video because it's for January, February, which is obviously already passed. Here are my goodies for the 2 months. Mostly it is skincare as always, and then a little bit of hair care and makeup. You know the drill, we're just gonna get right into it. First I am going to talk about the only hair care item, and it is the Garnier Fructis Fortifying Shampoo Grow Strong and Anti-Dandruff. So I think I've mentioned this about 1,000 times, but I have been struggling with a little bit of dandruff for the past year or so. So I have been trying to find products that is going to help that, and mostly like the flakiness and all that is down. It's just still a little bit itchy though. This shampoo is supposed to be like anti-dandruff, but also helps to grow stronger, healthier hair, which I was like, perfect. My hair is so like fine and weak as always, so anything that's going to help make it stronger I am down for. First things first, it smells absolutely amazing. Like any Garnier Fructis hair product, it smells like green apple. It is so refreshing and sweet and nice, so the smell is like A++. As I said before, my flakes are gone. I barely ever notice any like kind of visible dandruff, but after like a few days of not washing, it can still itch a little bit, so it definitely helped reduce the flakes, but I can't say it's completely gotten rid of like the itchiness for me. The grow strong factor, honestly, for using one shampoo, no, I didn't really notice a huge difference, but products like that, I do find that it does take a while to show effects of it actually making your hair stronger or grow stronger. So no, in the time that I used this, I did not feel that. Although it is like super affordable. I think the normal price is like $4 or $5, and over here in Australia they do half price like every other week. So I think I got it for like $2 or $2 something. So it actually was really affordable, and for being that cheap, it actually did a really decent job in like reducing flakes and like the general dandruff. So I honestly would buy it again if I am still struggling with dandruff, and if I get it at that cheap price, because definitely great value for price. I did use up the 2 Senka Perfect whips, the white clay one and the Collagen in, and then I actually used up the regular blue one as well, although I used it up in Florida, so I did not bring back the empty bottle with me. But I have done a full review of the 3, like a full comparison review. I will leave it in the iCard. I don't know which side it is. I'll leave it in the iCard for you guys so you can check it out if you do want to know a little bit more about the Perfect Whips. So please check it out there. I'm not going to talk about it here because next are the Nature Republic Shea Butter Moisturizers. This is another thing that I feel like I've mentioned quite a few times on my channel, if not recently, more kind of back in the day when I started my channel. Honestly, this used to be my absolute like go-to moisturizer. I discovered it when I was in Korea for the first time, which is probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. I discovered the Fresh Steam Cream and I just fell in love. I used it for like over a year. I would buy it online even when I was living in Australia as well as America. So I think it's really good that they have different levels of moisture depending on your skin type. So they've got the Fresh Steam Cream, the Moist Steam, so hard to say, Fresh Steam Cream, Moist Steam Cream, and then they do have one more which is kind of like an extra moisture. I used to always use the fresh one, which is the most lightweight, is for people with normal to combination skin, and then the moist one is like slightly richer. I was using the fresh one during the day and then the moist one during the night for a few months. I remember I just loved the texture of the fresh one, and I think that was like one of the main reasons why I was obsessed with it. I just liked it. It was so lightweight, it glided across your face, it absorbed really quickly and easily, and just left your skin feeling nourished and moisturized but not overly greasy or anything. And same with the moist one, the texture was definitely heavier, although if you warmed up in your fingers and applied it, it still felt really nice and moisturized but non-greasy. Although I think they were really good for my younger normal skin back in the day, but now that I have older skin and it is definitely a little drier and it needs more than just moisture, I don't think these moisturizers are enough for me anymore. I think the pure fact of them is to act just as a moisturizer and as a protectant and as a sealant to the rest of your skincare, although it doesn't actually have any other benefits than it just being a plain moisturizer. Obviously I have gotten older than when I used to use this, so I just need moisturizers that's gonna add a little bit more of a benefit to my skin than just plainly moisturized. So I think this is the last time I will be using these. I swore by it for a really long time, but I do think it's something that is more recommended for very normal, non-problematic skin and younger skin, unfortunately. I will quickly mention the Nature Republic Iceland watery mask sheet as well. This one I actually received as just like a freebie when I was in Korea, but I did like the idea of the mask. It's like a firming watery cream apparently, and it has 72-hour hydration apparently. So it was a really kind of well-fitting mask. It went quite far back on the face, like instead of just stopping like shallow, it went quite far back, so it went like all the way and a little bit down your neck as well, so I did like that. It is a clear formula, but it does have a slight sliminess to it, so it's a little bit thicker than water. As always with Korean sheet masks, there were plenty of formula, enough to apply on my neck and my décolleté and reapply over the mask as well. It definitely hydrated my skin well, but not overly dewy. Like I feel like it had absorbed and then it didn't really leave my skin like leaving really like a glow or looking super dewy or anything. It was just like, yeah, cool, hydrated. One thing was it did possibly leave my skin a little bit of redness and itchiness, which I think I have talked about like somewhat recently, but my skin is prone to being more sensitive than before. Maybe not like sensitive, but it can get irritated easier. So I can get a little bit of redness or a little bit of like itchiness, bumpiness easier than I used to, but I do think this left like just a little bit of itchiness, a little bit of redness on my skin, which did die down after like a little while, so it wasn't a big deal, but that was something that I kind of felt. In all honesty, it's nothing special. I probably wouldn't buy it. I feel like there's plenty of sheet masks out there probably for the same price that will do a better job in hydrating and kind of like extending that hydration, because it does say 72 hours, but I definitely didn't feel anything like special the next day, unfortunately. Next is one of my favorites, the Lululun sheet mask in the white one. So the white one is all about translucence and giving you that natural kind of translucent glow brightening effect that a lot of Japanese people like. I do love the fit and coverage of the mask, as I have said before. They don't leave like a huge gap around the eye, which is my only thing, but I feel like it doesn't waste the sheet mask, because sometimes sheet masks give like a really big gap and it's like, well, you know, these other parts aren't getting moisturized. So it does fit really well and does cover like every part of your face that needs to be covered with a sheet mask. It is definitely quite a watery solution. The whole like thing of Lululun sheet mask is that it's like a toner or lotion that you stick onto your face. So I think that's why they have the formula quite watery. It is a really nice lightweight one, especially for summer or people who do have like normal to combination. It probably won't be quite enough moisture for me at winter time, but when I was using it like during the warmer months, it definitely was plenty of hydration, really lightweight, really balanced, but it wasn't like overly dewy or overly moisturizing. So if you do have dry to very dry skin, it might not be enough for you. It does not leave your skin feeling sticky at all. It does have vitamin C in it, which is great because it does help brighten and even our skin tone and all of that good stuff that vitamin C does. And it really does leave your skin with that natural glow, translucent look. Like when I take it off, I just feel like my skin does look like translucent, like it's glowing from the inside. I really do like the white one. It's good. I guess we're on to the last skincare item. It is the INNISFREE Capsule Recipe Pack, the sleeping mask in the green tea, I believe. This was my first time trying one of these capsule ones. I didn't actually buy it myself. My mum bought it and she didn't really like it. She does have really sensitive skin, as I have mentioned before, and it didn't really work for her, so she did give it to me to try it out. It does have kind of like a sorbet, like sherbety texture, I guess. slightly on the thicker side. When you apply it, it does give you like a slight glow and then like a plumpness to your skin. It does make your skin look a bit more plump, a bit more hydrated and kind of like bouncy. But honestly, I didn't really feel like it did anything. I couldn't really tell the difference to my skin when I used it and when I didn't. Although when I googled it like later, they said if you get 2 uses out of, which I got like almost 10 uses. I feel like there was so many uses in there, and I felt like that's like a common thing with sleeping masks, is that you don't need that much to cover your whole face. Because if I use like half of this to cover my face, I feel like I'd have like centimeter thick layer on my skin. I don't know, a little went a long way and I felt like it was plenty. I definitely didn't feel like I wanted to layer any more product, or else it would have felt really thick and heavy and kind of I don't know if anyone's used it, how many uses did you get out of? Because I felt like if I used half of this thing for one application, it would have been way too much and felt really uncomfortable on my skin. Although it does recommend you to leave it in the fridge. It says you can use it room temperature, but it does boost the effects when you leave it in the fridge. So since I did leave it in the fridge, it felt really, really nice when I applied it to my skin because it was cool. So it helped cool it down. It is also green tea, so it helps to soothe your skin and soothes down any irritation as well as moisturize. So it felt really, really nice and all of that, but I honestly did not feel like there was any difference to my skin whether I use this or not. So the one makeup item this time is the Majolica Lash Expander Edge Meister, which honestly I bought such a long time ago. I haven't used it all up, but it's definitely dried up and I would not say it is safe to use on my eyes anymore. I used to be obsessed with Majo mascaras because they are comb types, which I absolutely love, especially if you do have short, thin lashes like mine. I think you would find that comb types really do work to help get in there, separate your lashes and kind of catch every lash, because I find like the thick bristle brushes with mascaras, it just like clumps and like just goes everywhere for me. The reason why I did buy this one was for the color. It is like a warm brown, and it is quite hard to find warmer brown mascaras. I find there's a lot of black browns and dark browns and stuff, but that like nice light warm brown is definitely harder to find. So when I found this one, I was like, yes. But I actually really, really liked it. As I said, I loved the comb type, and this one actually has a comb on both sides. So you've got one curved comb and then a shorter straight comb on the bottom, which works really, really great. You can use the smaller side for your bottom lashes or to catch like the really inner and outer corners of your eye. And then it does also have fibers in it, so it really helps extend and get the length out of your lashes. So I actually really, really like this mascara. It's just a shame I couldn't use it up before it dried out, but honestly, if I am looking for like another more natural wear brown mascara, I would get the Majolica one again. And it is definitely affordable as well. It's like 1,200 yen in Japan, so like inexpensive and good quality mascaras. The Majolica one, and we are on to the last item. It is the Avance Lash Serum Ex. This is like a really, really famous lash serum in Japan, and I know my auntie like has used it for a really long time, and my mum tried it out as well. For some reason I hadn't yet tried it. It's probably because it is slightly more on the expensive side for Japanese lash serums, although compared to like Australian stuff, it's still cheaper. I think it's around 2,000 yen. I finally gave it a go, and I understand why. It really does work well. I have found my lashes have actually gotten longer, not like a crazy amount, but I do find that they have gotten longer, and they've definitely gotten thicker and healthier as well. I got so much use out of it, at least like 4 months, 5 months of use. I do only use it at night though. I apply it very, very liberally at night. I layer it almost like 2 or 3 layers. I do not use it during the day because I have found by the time I wake up, it is like dried and kind of clumped, which I know is like gross. Like, why would you want your lash serum to do that? But it still works, so I will deal with it. I actually don't know if it's my house, because my house is really, really dry. There's just such little moisture in the air, so I'm wondering if it's actually just my house, but I've only ever used it here, so I can't say. But it does tend to dry out overnight, but still using it once a day very liberally, it has worked magic. The only thing I hate about it is the application. It is just a normal mascara wand, which mascara wands are like the hardest and worst way to apply lash serum in my opinion. It's not too bad for like the top lashes, but the bottom lashes, like, it's too hard to do that, so I have to do this, but then it like scratches my eye and it definitely doesn't feel comfortable on my lids. So that's the only thing I would say. I just do not like the application. If it came in like a doe foot applicator or something, or a brush, no problemo, like yes. Besides the application, really good lash serum. I actually do find it really works, so I would most definitely purchase again. There you have it, guys. That is the empties for Jan and Feb. I'm sorry that it is late. Please forgive me. Thank you for being so patient while I was in Florida, because I definitely was not uploading regularly enough. But now that I'm back, I'm getting back on it. I have so much content to push out for you guys, so I really hope you enjoy it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, click down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!